Michael Sydnor. I am 23 years old right now, about to turn 24. Born and raised Richmond, Virginia, best city in the nation.
Wow.
I've been a quadriplegic at the C5, C6 level since 2011. So that summer, I went with some of my friends down to the river, and it's kind of shallow water, kind of like rocky, rapidy area. But as 16-year-old boys, we thought we could handle it, and all teenage boys are invincible in their minds.
Right.
I was too. But I dove into the water and hit a rock submerged just beneath the surface, and hit it directly on top of my head, and immediately broke my neck, and found out very quickly I was not invincible, because I immediately lost all the function in my arms and legs, couldn't swim, and my friend had to jump in the water and save me before I was swept into the next set of rapids.
Holy cow.
And then from there, my life, changed. I mean, you've been there, so you know what it's like. It's your whole world flips upside down, and then you got to figure out, all right, well, it's kind of like a restart. Hit that reset button, and let's get to it.
So a lot of people ask me this, and I'm curious what your take is, because I don't really remember processing, hey, you're paralyzed, you're going to be in a wheelchair forever, because that's what they told me, and I understood it, but I didn't really understand it deeply, like I don't know what that means, I don't know the implications of that. What was that like for you when was it a moment, or was it a process?
Well, it's interesting because for me it was both.
Yeah.
I just lost my balance. I was in the hospital room in the ICU, and my mom came in, and I knew I felt trapped in the hospital bed, couldn't move anything, and I mouthed to my mom, or I spelled it out on the spelling board, I can't really remember, am I paralyzed? And she looked at me, she said, yeah, you're paralyzed.
Wow.
So in that instant, it was confirmation. I knew I was paralyzed, but in my mind, I didn't really comprehend the full scope of what it meant to be a quadriplegic.
Right.
In my mind, I envisioned being a low-level paraplegic. I have all my arms, I still got strong core and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then over the course of the 122 days I spent at a rehab center, I slowly learned what my life was really going to be like.
Yeah.
And what limitations that was really going to have to live with. And I think that actually was a better way for me personally to grasp it, is that slow process of enlightenment.
Yep.
Because if I had known in the hospital bed in the ICU that I would have as limited function as I have, then I don't know how I would have been able to sort of bounce back and get back on the right track. So it was good for me.
Yeah, very similar to my experience. I mean, I don't even know if, I there's a video of me saying, I guess life's going to be different after they told me, but no, there's just, I don't know if there's any way to fully comprehend it because you've never lived it. And so for me, it was again that slow process of I'm gonna try to do things in therapy, and I was in the hospital for probably a similar amount of time, 2-3 months. Well, 2-3 months, so I guess not that long, but kept doing therapy. I went to Shepherd. Did you go to the Shepherd?
I knew it because I was watching your clip on Ellen.
Cool.
And I saw the video of you walking on the loco mat, and I have the exact same video from the exact same angle on the exact same loco mat.
What? Third floor? I don't know if that was third floor or if that was in Beyond Therapy, but yeah.
That was third floor, yeah.
Tell me more about how you kind of went from that, I don't know if I would have chosen to keep going if I knew how bad it was going to be, to learning to live with it, and not only live with it, but thrive in your new life.
Yeah, so I always give a lot of credit to my mom when people sort of ask me what drove me or motivated me to get back. A lot of credit goes to my mom, and a lot of credit also goes to just having a really strong support system around me, friends, family, age that I befriended.
Mm-hmm.
But really, my mom raised me and my brother to, or my brother and I, me and my brother to basically have this mindset of whatever happens, you just gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
And, you know, there is a reality that you can't change. But what you can change is your reality moving forward.
So good,
and
man.
So, I just thought of that off the top of my head. You can put that in a song if you want.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah, it was really just my mom saying, you know, you got to get your butt in gear. And just because I grew up with that mindset, like, I felt the same way. Like, I was never going to be the person to just waste away.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to do things.
Exactly.
And I would feel remiss if I had the platform that was given to me with my injury and I didn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
And you can tell talking to you that you are of the same mind when it comes to that. It's like we have an opportunity and we can do some great things with it, or we can just squander it. And I'm not about squandering.
Wow. So first of all, I feel like I'm literally talking to a copy of myself because I feel like the exact same way. And we went to the same place. This is nuts.
Yeah, that's wild.
But yeah, I have you read Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning?
No.
Okay. So that book talks about man's final freedom is the ability to choose how to respond to what happens to us. And he survived the Holocaust, so like dude knows how to choose survival and living and all that. And he even came up with I'm kind of a geek. He came up with this concept called logotherapy, which is it's kind of like the psychology behind people's will to survive, and it changes your mindset from life happens to you to you choose how you happen to life. Like life begs the question of us, what is our purpose? It's not like life determines our purpose. We determine our purpose. So I think it's a big difference in mindset when you take that responsibility and that ownership for how you respond. No one has it fair, right? I mean, when I was at the Shepherd Center, I'd be like, well, how am I going to complain when I've still got my arms? Like that dude over there is using a sip and puff. And
that was huge for me too. I mean,
yeah.
I can't tell you how many nights like I just lay there awake in bed wishing that I were just one level lower so I could have my triceps and maybe some figure action. And then I think about my good friend I'm rehabbing with who's one level higher than me, and he's driving his chair with a straw.
Yep.
I'm like, how can I even for a moment take for granted what I have right now? And that people that don't have a spinal cord injury, I think, have a hard time relating to that because they think, how could you ever appreciate having the limited function you do? It's like, well, I know people that are worse off.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And I couldn't imagine not being able to push my chair around.
Yeah, that's incredible. So tell me about your, tell me about getting movement back, because at first it's nothing, right? Like, there's just nothing below the level of injury, but then, like, what was the first thing to move for you?
Well, probably the first, like, revelatory moment where I got, like, some sort of function was my wrists.
Wow.
My muscles in my wrists became strong enough that I started being able to really use them functionally.
Mm-hmm.
And with the severity of my injury, I really shouldn't have wrists with the strength that I do.
Yeah.
So I'm really fortunate that I have it because I use my hands for everything because I can.
Right.
But other than that, I actually haven't really gained anything back that wasn't expected.
I see.
So pretty much what my injury was is how I am today.
Yeah.
And so what I was able to do was strengthen the muscles I could access.
Right.
And so that was a big difference because in the beginning, I mean, I couldn't even lift my arms up, you know? And then, you know, just get stronger and stronger, and now I can push my chair around and transfer and all that sort of stuff. So
that's insane.
it's really about just strengthening.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny because 3 years later, I'm still getting stronger, and it's it's just the stuff that comes back, and some of it has even been like because at Shepherd they told me like a year, and then you'll get maybe like 5% more in the second year, but I'm 3 years out now and still getting more, still getting stronger.
Yeah, I studied neuroscience at University of Richmond, and right now we have such a very like fundamental understanding of neuroplasticity.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know the bounds of what it can do. So especially in spinal cord models, there's no way that anybody can say, oh, for sure what you get in the first year is what you're going to have forever.
Right.
There's no way, because we just don't understand how the spinal cord works that well.
Right.
So I mean, I hear like you just said 3 years later still getting stuff. I've heard of like a dude 20 years later randomly getting something back.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So, dude, we were talking about how you've been on this crazy journey, and it made me incredibly curious, like, what you're up to now, and the things you're doing. Like, you've got the YouTube channel, and that's gone crazy. So, tell me and everyone a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So the YouTube channel has really transformed me, my life, and Charisma's life. It's something that we didn't really anticipate, but we're riding the wave and we're loving it. It's we started it hasn't even been a year yet, and we're up to like 120,000 subscribers, and really what we're trying to do is just promote positivity. Our motto is literally stay positive, and we want people to understand that despite your circumstances, whatever they may be, you can find joy and light in the world. And so we do that through like recording our adventures. Like say we go to the state fair, for example, like when her dad and my dad are working together to get me on the Ferris wheel. And, even though it's difficult and it's almost a disaster, we're all having a great time anyway. Yeah. And so we hope that when people see that, they sort of ask themselves, if they can have a good time, if they can get a quad on a Ferris wheel, there's no reason I shouldn't be having a good time and enjoying life as well. So that's one aspect. And then the other aspect is also about entry-level dating, and how a lot of people in wheelchairs sort of give up on dating. Like speaking from experience, I went a long time where I didn't really make an effort just because maybe it was a confidence thing, a self-esteem thing, what have you. I just thought that, it wouldn't really work out. And until I met Charisma, I held that sort of disposition, and Charisma just flipped everything on its head. And I fell in love and realized that, dating was a very powerful part of life, and I was so happy to want it again. And so it's just been awesome having Charisma and showing the world how special our relationship is, being an interracial relationship. We hope that other people in wheelchairs will say, hey, I can get out there too. And it's been awesome. We've been getting messages from people saying just that. It's like, hey, I watched your videos. I gave up on dating for a long time, but finally I'm putting myself back out there again. And it's because y'all sort of opened my eyes, and that's really cool to see that, and it really drives us to keep doing what we're doing.
Incredible. We only limit ourselves, don't we? I mean, things happen, but and the other incredible thing about what you're saying is I feel. I mean, I've been on kind of a similar journey, and I feel like our relationship is actually stronger because of, the realities that we have to deal with that other people don't have to deal with. Like, one of our first dates, we talked about, like, wait, how do you go to the bathroom? And then we kind of, she doesn't go to the bathroom like I do, but we kind of related in a different way, just like, wow, okay, we can talk about this stuff.
Yeah, and Charisma and I addressed just that in one of our recent videos, how it's actually the extra strain present in interracial relationships that we think make them extra special, because things are struggles sometimes. But when you struggle through something with someone, it's like you've been through it together and you can conquer anything, and it creates an extra special bond. And I feel like that's something that's hard for people to understand that aren't in in a relationship like ours, but man, when you have it, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Do you want to just summarize kind of what your message is to anyone that watches your channel or any of that stuff? Give us just like a little, here's what I believe in. Here's why I'm a Lionheart.
Yeah, I want people to understand that their reality is what they want it to be. Things are going to happen, crappy things are going to happen, things that are out of your control, things that you can't stop, they're going to happen. That sucks. It's not fair. But what you can change is how you move forward, how you forge ahead. And if you just put yourself in the mindset that nothing can slow you down, nothing can stop you, that's what's going to happen. You're going to flourish. You're going to move on. And, you know, sometimes it's just crappy, but you just got to dig deep, man. Just dig deep. You got to pull out that Lionheart and keep going.
Yeah, pull out the Lionheart. I have the heart of a lion. That's the punk version.
Nice.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks so much. Everyone go check out the YouTube channel, the Instagram, the Facebook, all of it. It's awesome stuff. And thanks so much again. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for choosing me. It's an honor, and I love what you're doing too, and I can't wait to hear the full song.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. Awesome. Thanks a bunch.
All right, dude.
Talk later, Cole. Peace.